And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Lady. Switch up. 36 power.
They'll run it now out of the guns. Some nifty running, but it only gets him to the 45. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. This is caught. It's Cooks. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 34-yard line.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They go play action now. Wilson. They'll roll him out right. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Packers pick it up.
Slid.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. And on the grandest of stages with Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about it, Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Dickerson gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. That second down play nets a -4.
Every time I watch LT blow up plays just like that one, I think of one quote. You can run, but you can't hide.
He won a record 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards back in his day. He was also the league MVP in 1986.
One of 2 defensive players who won the MVP award in the NFL. The second one, Alan Page with the Minnesota Vikings, the linchpin of their Purple People Eaters defense.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab.
When the spotlight is at its brightest, and let's face it, it's the Super Bowl, those types of plays come out, don't they?
Absolutely. A big-time catch on the biggest of stages.
Do you think that that one's going to live on? We're going to see this for a long time.
Definitely going to live on forever with him, that's for sure.
No doubt.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. This is taken at the 18. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Strip that ball. Check 99. Check 99. Patch it. Patch it. General West.
A give to the game's all-time leader, Emmitt Smith. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 30-yard line.
The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Go! 90 Wolf. 61. Matchbox.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Emmitt. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Let's go. 10-2 soft. 50. Set the 10. Wahoo. 5.
From the gun on 3rd down is Aikman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 15-yard line.
Straight left with William.
No. Check that. We're on Mike 52 right here. You ain't good.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson got his man. That's the Pro Bowler Julio Jones. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Wilson going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. On 1st down, Dickerson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Gotta go. In and out. Let's go. 36. Tighten up.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And that's complete to Cooks. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
13 yards on the play. That's good for us Steelers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Lawrence Taylor able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Bang out, bang, bam. 52. Let's go double count right here, double count. Check three. Check 43.
Third and long. It's Wilson.
Oh, God, you see that?
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Yeah,
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check 26, check 26. Look at me. Go. Hey. He's coming in.
This is Smith. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half.
Ready? Mike 50. Here we go, G. Hey, Orbit. 50's the mark. 50's the mark. Target. Mike 50. Daddy. Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Watch the slant. Hey, seam 6. 50, Mike 50. Man out. Shoot.
Now Aikman staring at 3rd and 2.
What?
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
I know.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
55. Right there, 55. You don't want no. Touch 50. Alert 3. Alert. Smalls. No. Alert.
Throwing again. Wilson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Lawrence Taylor, his 2nd sack of the night. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Yep.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Look, how was I supposed to know?
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a 2nd drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what could I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go back to the ground with Smith. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Look, he stopped right there.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Pick it up, defense. Let's go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Bravo. Hey, look. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's go, let's get this ball back. Let's go.
Out of the gun, it's Aikman. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by the Hall of Famer Mel Blount. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson dropped at the 35, able to display his agility, but not much room to operate.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Puts hands over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Ted Hendricks.
Why do you have to
As
dive?
much football as we watch, we've seen this work many times. In the red zone, first down, take a shot at the end zone, and points result. In this case, though, give credit to the defense. They outguessed them, were prepared, and intercepted the pass.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. All right, Charles, quick Emmitt Smith story. You've heard of the Madden video game, right?
I have heard of the Madden video game, well, no doubt about it.
The legend goes that Coach Madden said players used to come up to him all the time and complain that their ratings were too low. The only person, though, that came up and said, hey, mine's too high, Emmitt Smith.
You're kidding.
How can you rate Emmitt Smith too high? That's the question.
Boy, talk about humble.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier.
Yeah, that hard flat, baby.
For 6 and a Steeler touchdown.
There we go. Look, that pick, that threw.
So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage. And it bit
The first
hard.
one, yes.
And
That
what's
last
really
one,
difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their
First
spot,
one?
gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback
It's
and
tough.
everything in
It's
front of them.
tough.
And they took
I'm moving
big
down the field
advantage of
easily.
it,
I just
went
keep
the
on
other
doing
direction.
dumb
Excellent
shit.
blocking,
They can't-
and picked up a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
They'll run it again with Smith. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Go.
Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
70, Indy.
oh, that was literally perfect. God.
1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Oh, that hurts.
They'll try the right side here with Smith. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He's coming. We got to
Again, it's Smith. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Last time I should have. B. Kittle and block on the left.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told them, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. I know you're right there with me.
19. Check out, switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Go, 52 right here. Go, go, go. Touch 50, touch 50.
That's...
One left. You got time.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. Dickerson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
He was?
We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 in Arizona, 51 in Houston. Now this one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Dickerson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Where's 52? 52's the mic. Time to go. Night. Mike 52. Hey, we got alert. Switch. Go. Check 4. Watch the signal.
Throwing now is Wilson. He gets it to Thomas.
You were open?
And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
That's okay.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Check it back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring out 4th down.
Have to pass.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And with a little more than a minute to go, we are all tied. So a big kick to get this back to even. Now the worry is, did you leave too much time on the clock? Because another field goal the other way, that does you in.
You're exactly right. You didn't get it to overtime yet. So now as a defense, you got to think to yourself, you can't play prevent defense and just give up big chunks of yardage in front of you. But you also can't let anyone behind you. So you sit right on the line between the two, play the best defense you can, and not make it easy for them to move the ball downfield.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Jim.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Smith, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the Steelers the first of their 3 timeouts. As the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
Hey, dude. Watch the pass. Mike 50. Wrap it. Hey, Mike's 50. I got one. Here we go. 50. Smooth. Watch the pass. He's Griffin.
On 3rd down, Aikman steps away to his left.
Nice.
And that is incomplete. Smart play to get rid of it there, but now it's 4th down. Your margin for error pretty much out the window.
That means you have to come up with a big-time throw here and a completion in order to keep this 2-minute drive going.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds, so no chance to bring it back, and they will spot it at the 24-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Like to the 40.
Double count right here, double count. Go 14. Switch.
That's not it. Maybe try to run up the seam between Jamal and Lott. Run straight up there like a fade.
This time Wilson will throw. Flush to his right. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Yeah,
and a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Thomas might be there for tip or something.
Hey, alert. Switch gears.
Wilson to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules are the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team.
I hope they receive. They're kicking.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now.
Oh my God, what just happened?
There on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Well, when you go from 2nd to 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play. Huh?
Yeah, 1st round went to the offense, 2nd round the defense.
Oh my God. Oh, the lag.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
On 3rd down, Dickerson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to run.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped.
It's insane
behind the
how
line of
all
scrimmage.
three of my blockers.
It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go.
Yeah.
That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
I'm flooding to the left, and then you be Michael.
First throw in overtime now for Wilson.
Oh,
that is incomplete.
I thought you were going to come in more. You
job.
had it
now they're
too.
going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game. And, boy, they did it well.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Good kick, good kick, good kick.
And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5.
No fucking way. You have to be kidding me.
35
I bombed
yards
that.
on the return.
He caught
Picked
it
up some
nearly
good
running
blocks
out
as
of
well.
bounds.
And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground.
Shit,
Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Set, ready? Head logo. Hey, exit. Let's go. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Here we go. Mike 50, Mike 50. Good track, good track. Hey, check. Mike 50, Mike 50. Get it.
From the shotgun.
No.
He's got Michael Irvin complete.
I wanted to sprint over there, and I
other side of
couldn't.
midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Down. 30 base. One twist.
A first down carry for Smith. Mika Fitzpatrick made the play defensively, the first-round pick out of Alabama.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. All day. Mike 50, Mike 50. I'm scared.
Aikman operating from the gun.
No, he broke it.
Tackle.
Nice.
He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
If they can make this field goal, and because they broke that sack, I'm going to be pissed. Oh, my God. If he can make this after that broken sack.
And the Steelers signal for another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime.
Oh, he can't make it? Oh.
On now is the Packers punter. And in double overtime, this needs to be a good
I have
one.
to go up probably 90 yards or whatever. Fuck. It is better than this.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away.
95.
And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Line of scrimmage is the 8 on 2nd and 8.
You can't block me. You can't block me. I'll go special. 52, Mike, 52.
Now Wilson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Third and 10.
What? 280. Got it. Here it comes. 14. No time. That's the one. Listen.
To throw is Wilson on 3rd down. He's going to fire one deep. This is taken in. It's complete. And all the way up to the 49. A huge play there in overtime. 43 yards.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Big Dick Kittle.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
95. Zebra.
They'll give it here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
Check 52 is the mark. Check 52 is the mark. Tempo. Pick it up. 14. Got it. Watch the ship. Hey. Watch the ship. Who's the team? Watch it.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson.
Oh my God, Kittle.
Holy shit, Kittle! Oh my God!
I'm taking a 1st down.
Sometimes it pays to be lucky.
Matchup
rather than
nightmare.
good.
Matchup
That was not
nightmare.
even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still
Oh,
able to
matchup
haul it in for the
nightmare,
reception.
Kittle.
Now the Packers
Oh,
going to take another timeout.
Kittle's
They'll be
the
left with
best
just
part
one
of the
remaining
game.
here at OT.
Oh my God. Oh. Oh, they have to be sick. They are sick.
And everything right now rests on the right foot of Zane Gonzalez. This undoubtedly the biggest kick of his life. And his kick is good. The field goal is through the uprights, and they've won the Super Bowl. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy is going back to the Steel City. And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
That shit like that. What was he? 1 for 6 with a pick? Let's see this pass. What pass is it? This one right here. Look at this. Oh yeah, look at that. They both ran right away from Kittle and died. And then this pass. Ooh. Wow, I think it. Oh my god, what a game. That was sick. Yeah, that's lethal. I'm taking a touchdown back.
When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on.
Yeah, I'm just opening my touchdown pack right now. Probably ain't getting shit from it, but 84, 87. Yeah, that was good. Should have took you 65.
Footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Lost my dogs, they by my side.
Call him Justin.
Ride till we die.
Oh, that was I was streaking that entire game.
I can never switch, not a day in my life.
Lethal did, and then I had to come to my side.
Yeah, we gon' ride till we die.
How many of y'all came to win?
I thought you were. That was your seasonal game.
You ready?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you, like challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out of my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I'm made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bro. Lifting up, never not.
No, I did not. I got 87.
New York City time, another brother.
Oh, Eli.
I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes.
Another 82. How did you pull 3 straight 92s?
You will never know. You ain't never tried. Work it out. Hit the gym. Hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job. You can see that. On my hip is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way when my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes.
I mean, people need to learn.
What I do?
Can't put a linebacker on Kittle,
Now
right?
what I do? Lace up the shoes. Chase W's. hit beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, grape colored coops. Uno, no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I didn't grab them, you can't match his attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze, freeze. Stop you in your tracks, there's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit, your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my team.
They were like, Lurk got all one. You're just like, I'm
chase what I do. Lace up the shoes, chase W. Now what I do. Lace up the shoes, chase W. Beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
I sent you an invite. Yeah.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through a second like a raider. Chains on my neck, one from them, one from
I see that all the time.
You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, number one seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jump.
Had to sweat. Steve Young.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a
Clifton,
top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Yes, I was watching Rebels through my Super Bowl. I was watching Rebels, and then I was like, okay, I need to pay attention. Because I wasn't paying attention to Rebels, that's why I quit watching. So I didn't know what was happening. Yeah.
Here we go. 18 Gator. 55. Hey, lock it.
On first down, Dickerson, 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
No.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It's Young on first down. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Check 26, check 26.
Now a give, right side. Dickerson. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Jerry back there too.
Squeeze.
Here's Steve Young. This will be caught by Randy Moss. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And Barkley did not get there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
And Gonzalez puts this one through. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
Welcome to the lonely life, even though you probably got bitches on standby.
Booker team. 52's the mic. Hey, come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come out here. Come get some. He don't want it. Sponge. 36 power.
On first down, Dickerson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, we're going to the other side, so Tony G's on the right side. I guess I could sub in Taysom over there instead of Block, since when do I ever actually pass anything?
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. And he's got some space here. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Those free safeties, they get to sit back there if they've got good pass rushers like this team does. Read like a book. He read it like a book and took it in for 6.
And if they use their eyes well and their anticipation skills, they can make big plays, just as what we saw A free safety's dream. Follow the football, go to it, and take it the other way.
Same exact play? Okay, let's get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority.
Looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick, and he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
I thought you were going to do something different, but you really
Gonzalez to add the PAT.
You did last time. Oh, my God.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six from Bengals TD. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these team special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
He's going to float this over the middle, deep.
Oh, my God.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 56 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Wilson. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And they move this all the way down to the 9. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9. Wilson operating from the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Tillman. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon,
honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. Yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerging victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me, celebrate, I'm cocky. I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man the man, oh deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on, smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash. They slept on the team, now they yo. Like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time.
Ooh.
Magic. Now watch me through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominated. I will not crash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash, 100 yard dash.
Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah, they put the They put the Discord. Y'all funny as hell. Why do you keep throwing the RPO? Yeah, I was like, he said that silly thing's gonna win.
Legs, arms, and head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credential. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental.
Yeah, I went all the way down the field. I went into gun Heavy Panther and literally blocked everybody and just put him on a vert, and he mossed him for like 80 yards.
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your... And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final. Vocals we align, we'll move it all simultaneously over joints we rock. We earn 30 years so you can say we got 3 turns. Live off the board, unlike you and your chess men. We installed doubt in you and your...
Yeah, I can. I was just hoping to get 4-player packs. I only pulled one elite and those in Quicksilver. It's an 81 though. Oop, full edit? Oh, 87 Jim Brown.
Then jump to the rhythm as hard
I pulled a full Sailor yesterday. Yeah. But I've been doing it and then just turning the golds into gingerbread men, and that's how I keep pulling the Aaron Donald.
Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep steady. To the letter right. Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets? That's a close encounter of what kind?
That's funny. Ooh, 88 Frank Gore.
But can you rock it like rocket fuel?
The 82 plus. You talking to me?
How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name.
Did you want to get a third?
STRO, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she's
We can play with the next Sanders.
Never not on my grind. New York City time. Another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Bring the beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
What I do, lace up my shoes, chase W's, great colored coupes. Oh no, I can't be number 2. MVP the league most valuable. They sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies, I done grabbed a few. Can't match this attitude. I wear my heart on my sleeve, please. I move like the wind, can't catch this breeze. Freeze. Stop you in your tracks. There's not no preseason. We seeking W's like Tupac used to throw up. Forget it, might as well forfeit. Your team shouldn't even show up. What you wanna be when you grow up? They used to ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street. Case on the news.
This Maj dude wants to play if you want to play with him.
Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. I don't wear ball mains. All I ever do is ball main. I am not a rapper, they all lame. I am not dope, I'm hard. Wait. I can power up and level up at any moment. Feeling like a semi, only give me semicolon. Couple zeros like I'm sending yell nets. Every flow is unmatched and I better get set.
I said 1/3.
Even if I ever did the minimum all. In the end result, I'm better killing them all. Crow one, but I got a team with me. Batman when I got a team with me. I get mean, I get green. Show the whole game what's never been seen. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Designer sneakers hurt my feet now. Every beat is getting beat.
What the hell? Yeah.
Now, what state brought you looking bleak now? I was homeless, sleep designing sheets now. 30 different missions. When I speak, they listen. Couldn't find the social fishing. Cause you look like the opposition. Run it up, greatest ever sums it up. I ain't have a lot when I was coming up. Kinda made my stomach turn when I brung it up. Wait, cook it up, gourmet. I go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank. Cook it up, gourmet. I go Super Saiyan, go tank. Anything I ever do is top rank. Got more bars than a Shawshank.
I don't think so. We did not. Yeah, we didn't get a game. What the hell?